Medfit Rehab founder Joanne James is a medical exercise specialist. Medfit Rehab, restoring strength and movement, making a difference in people's lives. 647-259-5481. Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com. Is staying healthy becoming too expensive with personal trainers, gym memberships, massages, and supplements? Then Joanne James, medical exercise specialist, and her dedicated team have exciting news for you. Imagine a healthcare plan that saves you money on personal and group training and gives you premium access to medical professionals. That's what Medfit Rehab can offer you. In the Columbus Center, Dufferin and Lawrence, call today to learn more. 647-259-5481, medfitrehab.com. Hi, Michelle. How are you this morning?
I'm very well, Zelda. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay. Are people still having surgery, obesity surgery? I mean,
yes.
It's so. I thought it was very dangerous, and it doesn't really provide a lifetime of, the fact that you're never going to be fat again.
Well, let's be clear. Yeah, the surgery, of course, it's a very, like anything else, it's a surgery, so it's a very serious procedure, and you have to be you have to have a very specific. Excuse me. You have to be overweight by quite about 100 pounds, roughly for women, 80 pounds for women, and 100 pounds for men. So your BMI is pretty much over 40, right? So if you're in that state, your health needs to be addressed. But the thing is, you won't get a... Hello?
I'm here. I'm
listening. Sorry, I'm hearing some other voices.
I don't know why you're hearing voices.
Yeah.
Other people are hearing voices too.
There's something going on in the background. You got to be willing to make some permanent changes too, to how you eat, how you exercise, and how you live. Because people think the old terminology was stomach stapling, right? Well, there's different types of obesity surgery, and the most common is a restrictive type where it shrinks the stomach size. The normal stomach can hold about 3 pints of, food or material.
What is the surgery? What is the surgery? It's a stapling of your stomach. It's your digestive tract that they're cutting down. What is it that they do?
Well, the thing is, like I said, there's different types. There's the restrictive, where the stomach size is actually limited. There's also a malabsorptive one where they actually can sort of reroute basically how the food gets into your system and how it's absorbed. And then there's some where they actually implant certain devices. So, the thing is, this is not to be taken lightly. It is something serious. And if you're in the position where you're actually talking about obesity surgery, like I said before, you have to be in a position where you are considered seriously obese, and that's almost the least of your problems, because all the health problems that come with obesity, like high blood pressure and the potential for blood clots and arthritis and things like that, are out of this world in terms of a threat to your health. So
why would I really, I understand when, they have these shows on TV, Michelle, a 600-pound person, and I don't know how you get to that size, but by that time, is there a possibility that this surgery could help you?
You know what? It's such an open-ended, loaded question, because you've hinted at it. If you're at 400, 600, whatever the case might be, it gets so abstract at a certain point. You're dealing with much more than just calorie intake. You're dealing with a whole personality or psychological issue that who knows what is going on in a person's life. Can the surgery help? Maybe, but there are certainly greater issues that someone would have to take into account. Let's face it. Let's put it this way: you can't think of obesity surgery as, it should not be ever considered an option for the majority of people. The majority of people, simply, as boring as it sounds, have to get their eating, their exercise, their sleeping, all that, their stress, everything under control. And that's what a lot of people, and again, particularly in this time, our society, where we get lazy in so many ways. We want people to do things for us. We want to just do a procedure, have it done for us. We want it done quickly. And this is not one of those things to think of in that way. And any respectable and responsible surgeon or medical professional would ever consider it, right? But again, getting back to the question of if it will help, there are cases of people, and they're very rare, quite frankly, unless there's some other major health issues going on, where people get to such a degree of being overweight, overfat, obese, that surgery is the only way. So, again, that's very rare. I mean, there's a certain amount of dietary and exercise discipline that is required, and some people, quite frankly, it's too difficult for them, and I get it. It's hard, but it has to be done. And in some cases, it's like other kinds of surgery, like knee surgery or something. The criteria for eligibility is getting harder. For example, we've had clients at Medfit where they've injured themselves, and they actually are under strict instructions to either lose weight before their surgery or to make sure that they're really, really strong, or else the surgery will not happen. Because the thing is, the way our healthcare system is right now, we can't be putting the resources into these surgeries whereby essentially any benefit would be undone by the person not doing what they have to do at the other end to keep everything intact, right?
Well, it's, surgery at any time can be dangerous.
Of course.
But to do something as drastic as that, I'm assuming that people who have gone to every length, Michelle, to lose weight, except the one thing, I don't know, I guess some people are born and they're not, they become obese, and in many cases it's not their fault. I don't know how that happens and what you do about something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I say, at MedFit, again, we talk about the medical exercise. We address different life aspects in terms of sleep and stress, nutrition, all that kind of stuff. So that's all helpful. But clearly, it's like any other issue that anybody has, and we all have them in life. Usually what you think is the main issue is not the main issue. There's always something else there, and that's where we can help. We refer people out to professionals that can help them in that regard and stick with what we know best.
Okay, well, I think that people truly have to have the right partnership in order to move forward before they go to something as drastic as that kind of surgery.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure there are people who have had it and it's been successful for them, I'm assuming, but I have also seen people who have had the surgery and eventually start gaining that weight again. So you need MedFit. You really do, in order to balance it all out. Michelle, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you Sunday morning. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks,
Bye.
Zelda.
Bye.
Take care.
Joanne James, founder and medical exercise specialist of Medfit Rehab, will improve your overall health through medical exercise. Contact Joanne James, 647-259-5481, Columbus Center Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com.